The next topic we'll dive into is officially hiring and onboarding the crew. We typically hire contractors to work in our buildings as crews rather than employees. What's the difference between hiring an employee and hiring a contractor? Great question. The difference between hiring an employee and a contractor mainly comes down to control, tax responsibilities, and legal obligations. Here's a breakdown. With an employee, you control how, when, and where the work is done. They're part of your team and you manage their day-to-day tasks. With a contractor, they control when and how they complete the work within your time frame. You agree on the final deliverables, but not how they get there. They have a window of time to get the work done, and they can do it however they want as long as they meet our standards. As for taxes and benefits, with an employee, you withhold income taxes, Social Security, and Medicare. You may provide benefits like health insurance, paid time off, or retirement plans. When you hire a contractor, they handle their own taxes, including self-employment tax, and you don't provide any benefits. Employees are usually hired for ongoing roles and are more integrated into the company culture. Contractors, on the other hand, are typically hired for projects or specialized skills. A contractor can work for any number of companies, whereas an employee might have to sign a non-compete agreement. Misclassifying an employee as a contractor to avoid taxes or benefits can lead to fines and penalties, so make sure you educate yourself on the differences. Ask your local office if you need help understanding the differences. After you've pre-qualified some candidates as potential crews for your building, you need to interview them in person. Now, where will you interview them? If you've already have the building, you can interview them in that building. If you haven't started the building yet, you can interview them in a public location, such as a McDonald's or the public library. I've done both. Don't ever meet them in your home. When we first started our business, my husband and I would set up interviews to occur every 15 minutes for however many people we were going to interview. Unfortunately, we found that about half of those interviewees didn't show up. So we sat around and wasted a lot of time. We've since changed our process. If we've pre-qualified 8 candidates on the phone and want to interview them, we have them all come at the same time to the interview location. About half will show up. When they arrive, we give them a Bldg.Works sales brochure, letting them know the scope of our company. We do a group interview first, and we tell them about Bldg.Works and how we're a national company with a local office, that we have franchises, all about the specifics about the buildings. Expectations. I always emphasize our high standards to weed out the people who want an easy cleaning job. Days and hours the job is for, and how much we pay. We make sure they know the pay is for the building, not per person, and not by the hour. We have the candidates fill out the crew data form, which is a one-page application that tells all the basic information, such as their name, address, phone number, email address, references, all types of things that you'll need to keep on file for somebody who will be working for you. We also have them fill out a background check form, giving us the information we need to run a background check on them if we decide to offer them a position. We then take them one by one to a quiet, private area and ask the pre-qualifying questions again, just to be sure they and you understand their answers. You can also ask about their cleaning experience. You can ask them about a favorite vacation. That's an easy question to ask them first. Get them talking, get them relaxed, and you can also find out if they're going to be missing work due to vacations. Another possible question is, what do you think is the biggest complaint we get from potential customers about their current company? We've personally found it to be they don't show up some nights and dusting. And their answer doesn't really matter. It's just a way of getting them talking and to know how they think. If you're interviewing them in the building that you're hiring for, you can then tour the building. You don't have to take them into every nook and cranny. Just show them the basics to see if it's something that they want to do. You can tell a lot about their cleaning experience by the questions they ask and comments they make as you tour. Most times, one of the candidates stands out above the rest. Even if we know who we want to hire, we never hire on the spot. We talk it over, sometimes including our operations manager, and sleep on it for a night before finalizing the decision the next day. We then call the person we want to hire and offer them the job. If they accept, tell them the logistics of when and where they will start, go over the pay again, and arrange a time to meet them to do the hiring paperwork. Tell them they need to bring their photo ID and their Social Security card to that meeting. Before that meeting, run a background check to make sure they don't have anything that would disqualify them from working for us. Remember that they'll be working in buildings at night by themselves and will have access to lots of property and information. We have to be careful to hire honest and trustworthy people. We stay away from anyone who has theft robbery, or violence in their past. But we also believe in second chances. So if that past behavior was 10 to 20 years ago and they've turned their life around, it might be worth giving them a second chance. That's the decision you'll have to make, and your local office can help you with that. When the person has officially accepted your offer, contact the others and thank them for taking the time to apply, and tell them that you've offered the position to someone else. But if that person doesn't work out, you have their information and may call them. Before the new crew begins working in one of your buildings, you need to meet with them and do the hiring paperwork. At this time, you also give them the work scope for the building and ask them to read it before their first cleaning night. Always sit with them and explain each paper they're signing. Give them a copy of the papers, and don't let them take the papers out to fill out and return to you later. The crew paperwork packet includes these things. Number 1, their fingerprints. Get a fingerprint pad online or at an office supply store. Practice your own before you collect fingerprints for the first time. Use the crew data form that you had them fill out originally. There are boxes down the right-hand side to collect their fingerprints. Number 2, their photo ID, a driver's license, a passport, school ID, or state ID of each person who will be working in the building. You also need the social security card of the person you will be paying. Take a picture of those things and tell them you'll delete it as soon as you print a copy of it. Number 3, their background check. You've already run this. Keep a copy of it in their crew packet. Number 4, crew payment, policy, and protocols. This outlines key rules such as parking, payroll, building procedures, security guidelines, and prohibited items. The policy clearly explains the rules regarding termination, including expected notice, return of property, and pay handling. This covers that they do not bring anybody who has not already been processed by you with them into a building due to security reasons. They may decide, hey, my cousin's in town. I'm going to have him come clean with me this evening. That's how things come up missing. So they never, ever bring anyone with them that you have not already approved. Another item that is important is that any key, security cards, ID cards, tools will be returned when they part ways with you. Be sure you have documented everything that you've given them. Number 5, the crew payment schedule. Our crew payment schedule has a calendar on it so you can explain exactly how we pay and when we pay. A common misunderstanding, unless you explain it really well, is that the team is being paid a certain amount for cleaning the building. If there's 1 or 2 or 3 of them, the pay stays the same. We pay per building, not per person and not per hour. Their first month's payment might be a partial payment. Number 6, independent contractor agreement. This outlines the responsibilities and expectations of the contractor. Number 7 is an equipment and tools rental. When you hire a contractor, they might want to bring their own equipment. We want all of the equipment in our buildings to be up to our standard and the same in all of our buildings. So what we do is charge them $10 per month to rent our equipment, and then we pay them $10 more per month to cover that cost. Number 8, the W-9. You need this to provide a 1099 for them at the end of the year. And number 9, an authorization for direct deposit. This will alleviate any confusion about how and when they will be paid. Typically, contractors are paid once a month. Maintain complete crew information packages for each worker. This includes all the forms, documentations, and protocols. This ensures smooth management and avoids complications during monthly reviews. Once you've hired your crew, provide consistent training and supervision to ensure quality work. Offer structured training to ensure that your team understands your standards and expectations. Implement regular check-ins to ensure they're meeting expectations. This includes nightly inspections and feedback sessions to address issues until they have a good, strong routine and are meeting our standards. By sticking to this recruitment and management system, you'll build a solid, reliable team for your business.